Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ageplay Confidential, a podcast that talks about anything and everything Ageplay related. I am your host, Azubi, and today's going to be one of those hodgepodgey episodes. I usually have a topic to discuss, but I'm going to kind of wing this one because I just want to see how it rolls, and you let me know how it goes. This is a kind of made up on the spot. I'm going to try to be, I got my computer in front of me. I got another computer with my mixer here. And I'm going to try to get like sounds queued up. I'm just going to fuck around. This is a fuck around episode of the Ageplay Confidential podcast, but everything I fuck around with is going to be Ageplay related, right? I'm just going to talk about different topics. What's going on in the news of the ABDL community. I'll be your reporter. How about that? Okay. And the first order of business, as a matter of fact, let's see if this works. The first order of business on Ageplay Confidential here is to report. This is the news segment of Ageplay Confidential, right? And I have to kick it over to the news guy. All right, Super B here. Welcome to Ageplay Confidential, a show that talks about anything and everything Ageplay related. I am your host, Super B, and our on-site correspondent, Mr. Super Daddy. How you doing, Mr. Super Daddy? How you doing? Thanks for sound just like me, Super B. And you sound just like me, Mr. Super Daddy. But I'm just super. Well, so am I. Well, then we have something else in common. Great. Anyway, yeah. So, I have some news to report for you here, and let's make it official, though. Yes. This is my 1940s newsreel music. Yes. February 22nd, 2022. Capcom Club announces a new event. Summer Cap, coming July 28th through the 31st, 2022. Littles, middles, and ABDLs of all ages. The Capcom board is excited to announce a new Chicago Age Players Convention, Summer Cap, a fully immersive hotel takeover event in the Chicagoland area. Thursday, July 28th through Sunday, July 31st, 2022. Ouch. That hurt my throat. Let me get some water here. That hurt my throat. I'm sorry. That was my 1930s impression there. Sorry about that. Anyway, Capcom. Capcom's back. Back again. And it's been a while. I'm going to say March 2020. As soon as that COVID shit hit. Like, it was the week of Capcom, and then everything got shut down. Like a week or 2 weeks later. That's by the skin of the pants. They had their last convention almost. It was almost canceled last minute. Do you know how devastating a lot of people would have felt at that moment? Not knowing how severe this COVID thing is. Yeah. And now it's back 2 years later. And it's a biggie because that was the last event of its kind, and people have been itching to have another event like this. So it is big news here in the United States, but people from all over come. I say come as if I went to Capcom. I've never been to a Capcom. So people go, and I will be one of them this summer. By hook or by crook, I am going to Capcom this year, and I don't know what to expect. I hear it's big. I've been to conventions before. TeddyCon, if you don't know what that it's like the little brother, you know. Well, hey, little tyke, of Capcom. It's a smaller convention on a way smaller, low budget, 2-star feel. You know, it's like, oh, look at you, cute little convention. Tussle his hair, mess it up. Get out of here, you little convention. You smack his ass as he runs away. Cute little convention. Nothing compared to Capcom, obviously, in size and in I don't know, what do you call it? Equipment, like gear, stuff. The convention space is much larger, obviously, because the hotel is much larger. They have bigger space, but that, you know what? Why couldn't the other convention kind of mimic it and do it in a large city like Philadelphia or New York City? A hotel could have been gotten there or close by in the suburbs. It doesn't have to be that far, but there are some nice hotels in the area. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. That's not what I'm going to talk about. I'm really going to talk about the experience of a convention, though. I don't know if you've ever been to a convention. They can be fun, but they can also be very nerve-wracking and overwhelming. And if the Capcom is your first convention, you're just getting thrusted into, you just get thrusted into a whole, you get to experience a lot of different things at these conventions. A lot of shit goes down at these conventions. Okay. And of course, not during the convention itself, the space, the public space, where the play area is and where other things are and things like that. You're expected to be on your best behavior. No shenanigans, nothing like that, and that's how it should be. But, in your own private room, whatever you do is up to you guys, as long as it's safe and everything like that. And some crazy shit goes on in these rooms, some kinky fucking shit. Okay, and you gotta be prepared to witness that nonchalance. There's a nonchalant times, like sometimes some dude will get changed right in front of me. And but you know what? We're all here. This is, he's not really being little at that point. He's just dude getting changed, and I'm sure he's into that. And I'll look over, but I'm like, all right, good, that's nice. It's weird. You gotta have to, if you're not expecting it, you don't want to stare either. You don't want to sit there and be like, I guess he might like it. I don't know. But you always glance over. And, obviously if there's a girl getting changed in front of me, I'm like, let me take a look over there, buddy. No. But it's happened in front of me. And I'm just supposed to just kind of glance over and be like, oh, shit, some girl's getting changed right there. Her legs up in the air as diapers getting put underneath her. I'm like, okay, that's cool, So, just be prepared to witness things. Some good, some bad, okay? I've heard there's been problems in these events. There's always an issue. People don't know how to act around other people. People creep other people out, or people do fucked up shit to other people. In this day and age, if you're not on your fucking best behavior, you're going to get called the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, who in their right mind in this day and age would attempt anything? I think it's been hammered into everybody's head what's acceptable, what's not, consent and all this and all that stuff, for people to still do that, it just shows you how sick they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got to be careful. It doesn't happen all the time, guys. I don't want you to think that these conventions, this happens all the time. It doesn't, and I pray that it never does. But shenanigans happen, so you got to be prepared for that. Oh, and the drug use. Yeah, that goes on a lot. But what else do you expect? You got people that are young, and more of them are just, they're into this stuff. And, yeah, there's a lot of drug use. Gotta be careful though. I'm down with the weed. I'll do that. Not a problem. That's about it though. But if everybody's on something, it makes for a very interesting experience because everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. And I don't care who does what as long as they're not fucking weird about it. I'll know who's on something and I'll observe, and sometimes they're funny and I'll enjoy their company. And they're very nice at that point. They're like extremely nice. So nice. The next day they're like, oh, I don't really remember hanging out with you. And I'm like, okay, nice meeting you. No, I'm just kidding. No, but it's not like in your face drug use. It's just going on in the background. You just know it. That's all. And you'll smell it. So, and then I'll be like, where's the fucking party? Why isn't anybody inviting me? Shame. Shame on them. But anyway, these conventions are fun. There are classes, events that you can attend, panels, I guess, that you can talk about stuff. I should do one for DIY. What do you think about that? Should I do something at Capcom for DIY stuff? Maybe in person, make one of these play gyms and show you how easy it fucking is. I should do that. You think I could go to Capcom for free if I do that as a presenter, or I don't know how that shit works, right? Do I get some discounts or something? Do I get a better room? Man, we gotta look into that shit. Someone else is gonna do it. They stole my idea. They go, oh yeah, ABDL DIY, and I'm just gonna fucking take that shit and do it. Fucking bastards, not giving me credit where credit is due. Yeah, I said it. No, I don't give a shit. I do give a shit a little bit. But they're not my ideas. I just brought them out to everybody. Showed you how to do it. Now everybody has one. I could have kept it to myself and it would have been mine. And you would have been like, how the fuck did you do that? And I'm like, it's only my secret. I'll make you one. And then when you get it, you'd be like, that's it? Then everybody else would know somebody else put it out. I'm just kidding. Conventions, though. Yeah, they're pretty awesome. I definitely recommend going to these conventions. I would say start smaller with the TeddyCon, but they're not happening. They actually were supposed to happen in November, and they canceled the week before. Some lame excuse. I don't know. I don't care. I had money involved. Obviously I had a ticket. Now, apparently that'll go transfer the following years. You know what? That money's long gone. I'm not going to. They swindled us. Swindlers. Chiselers. But hopefully, I'm hoping that this Capcom one goes off without a hitch. You know what I'm saying? Because it would be a pain in the ass to put some money into this and then this shit gets canceled. It has to be handled right. And I hope they are going to handle it right because it's a big deal, having one of these after such a long time. So yeah. So there we go. All right, that was pretty much it, really. Capcom. What else is there to talk about? So, they I think they got like talent shows and stuff like that, and they have different theme nights, and there's vendors. Oh yeah, the vendors. Abe Universe, Tykables. I think they're all there. All the big names are there. Selling their wares. The good thing about TeddyCon, I have to say, is that when ABU was the diaper brand host or whatever you want to call it, they gave an entire bag of your choice of diapers for free to every person that attended, which I thought was pretty neat. The first year it was whatever they had left, last year it was like 2 years ago, whatever it was you can get either the Dino Roars or the Bunny Hops in whatever size you wanted, right? And then the following year, I think I just got like white ABU Simples. And that was, what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know if they did that at Capcom. but that's pretty neat. So the vendors are there. There's other vendors, rears. So this is where you get your pacifiers, your clothes, your big ass bottles. This is where you stock up on some stuff. It's just pretty neat that you can, visit rooms, and each, these vendors have their own rooms where you just walk in and then they put their shit out. So it's pretty neat. I've bought some onesies and some pacifiers and things like that. Nothing too major. Of course, diapers. Always buying diapers. So I'm very excited for Capcom. I feel like I'm going to be a little nervous, to be honest with you. Just if I go solo, yes, I will be fucking dying. Hopefully, though, I find somebody that I can go with, that I can switch with. Let's just say that, that way we can kind of enjoy both the little side and the caregiver side. I just got to meet somebody, though. Anyway, but yes, just sign up for the Capcom newsletter. If you go to capcom.club/summercap. Capcom is spelled CAPCON.club, CLUB /summer cap, CAP. And then on there's a link for their newsletter. You sign up for that, you're going to get some, email notifications about when tickets are going to go on sale and things like that. So go do that, and you know what? Maybe I'll see you there. And if you see me there, come up and say hi, okay? Very approachable. If you know what I look like, I'm sure I'm going to have a name tag. All right. So just say hi. Okay. Now it's time for the show where we talk about other people's business. That's the advice segment of my show. And I got 2 emails here. I believe from 2 lovely young ladies that I have some questions for your boy Super B here to answer. I feel like I need a theme song for this part of the show. I need a theme song in general, Ageplay Confidential theme song, but I need segment themes, it's time for the advice portion of the show. So let's see, what we got here. Let's see if I can do something here on the fly. Watch this. Dun, dun, dun. This is the part of the show where I just experiment with stuff here. A lot of 90s theme show music, royalty free. Okay, I'm going to try this out real quick. Let's see what happens. Oh, this is very 90s. Yes. Welcome to the part of the show where we talk about other people's issues. Let's get into it. Advice from Super B. Ageplay. No, that's stupid. I don't like that. I don't like that theme song. And you know what the thing is? It has to be all royalty free music. So I'll be able to play this free music. Here we go. Just a wizard. Oh shit! This is some 90s. There we go. Yes, it's that time of the show when we talk about your issues. Ask Super B a question, and he'll give you his advice. Disclaimer: Super Baby is not a doctor. Don't take his advice at all. This is just for entertainment. You got to say all that bullshit. Anyway, it's time for some advice. Okay. So I have 2 lengthy emails, and I'm going to read them, and hopefully you guys will understand as I read along. But here we go. This one is from, they asked me to not say their name, so I'm not going to say what their name is. I happened across your YouTube recordings. My recordings. My videos. I gather you are a switch as much as you record and seem to be DDLG's subject, but you refer to yourself as a little. Very true. Very true. I am a little at heart. So, I'm a dom. Maybe I should do this in a voice, should I do it in a voice so that you can tell when it's me talking versus when I'm reading? This is a woman. So I'm a dom mommy, been in the BDSM community about 13 years. And see, no, I can't do that because then you won't take me seriously. And this is supposed to be serious, okay? I'm just going to read it, okay? Okay. So I'm a dom mommy, been in the BDSM community about 13 years, and age play off and on during that time. I explain it as I purge age players, lol. It's a long story. Anyway, my problem and question is this. As a mommy big, it is important to understand the psyche of your partner. It helps us in our manner or method and how we care for them. I do agree with that. You, like, for me at least, Mrs. Superbina, for me, this is why I want to have a voice, because when am I talking versus when I'm reading? Anyway. Super B here. When I, which was rare, but when I want to play with a little that I'm going to take care of, I want to understand exactly what they want to feel. I want to know how deep they want to go. No personality type is out of bounds. I guess, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a little, you're a little, but I want to know everything so that when I give you that experience, it's as pleasurable for you, which will in turn make it pleasurable for me. Does that make sense? Like, this person's happiness, this person experiencing this, I know what that feels like, and I love that she's feeling this way, which weirdly is a turn on for me. Like, knowing how they feel and knowing what headspace they are in is just as enjoyable for me as me being the one getting it done. Anyway, that's so I understand where she's coming from. Understanding the psyche of your partner. It helps us in the manner of method and how we care for them. Yes, that is often why it is said communication is extremely important. But I've often found it very difficult for each player to specifically to share some of their innermost desires with me. I don't know why, but it seems to be very common with this dynamic. I have a very difficult time finding any sort of information or books on the subject, and because I am not a diaper wearer myself, I am seeking information and understanding the fantasy of a DL. How do I find out that kind of information? Like, where do I go? And how can I seek out somebody to tell me this sort of information? Do I just take it out and don't want to hurt a person's feelings and then get the info and ghost them after? And sorry if this is confusing what I'm asking you. You want to get into the psyche of your partner, it seems like, and you've been dating him for a year. And so he's not, and it seems like he's not giving you, or he's not letting you know exactly everything he wants here, right? Understand the psyche. Yeah, it's often, I found it very difficult. Each partner, especially, share some of your innermost desires. Okay. He's not sharing his innermost desires with you. And that bothers you. Why? Does it bother you because you really truly want to help him, or that he doesn't want to tell you? Maybe he's just a little too shy yet. Like, maybe his innermost desires are, he thinks, are a little out of left field, and you won't be down for that. Maybe. I don't know. And so he's not ready to tell you, and it's weird though, after a year you would think, this person gets you. Now, communication is very important, obviously. If you guys are, knowingly experimenting with different scenarios or whatnot, I definitely, like, maybe he likes something, he's just afraid to say it, like he's afraid to say it. Like, maybe he's afraid to really say what he wants to do, because who knows, and so, but see, I'm not, like, I definitely would say something for sure, if it was me, I would say something like, yo, I like this. Are you down with that? And then little by little, if like, let's say my biggest thing was I wanted to be treated like an infant, right? And for a lot of people that I've spoken to, they go, how do you do that? Like, how can you just be infant? Like, I can't even do that by myself. And, maybe that's their innermost desires, and they just don't know if they really be comfortable doing it, Like, I don't know, but, you gotta hopefully, make them understand that you just want you just want to give him the best fucking experience of his life, and doesn't matter what it is, just let's do it. What's your, like, do you have an inkling of what his desires are, right? Like, you must be doing something with him consistently that he likes to do a lot, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like how's your interaction with him now versus what you think it could be, I guess, right? Like, if he's content with what's going on now, then like, why, are you sure he hasn't told you everything? You think he's holding back or something? Like, it's not really clear. You're not going to really, and I think part of your question here, I have difficult time finding any sort of information or books on the subject. You're not really going to find information on DLs and what their history is. He a DL, or because you're saying he's a DL? Okay, all right. I really can't comment on that because I'm a little. Maybe that's what it is. Like, maybe he's like, do you do little things? Like, let me see here. Like, then my little will know it was me. Please. Oh, little. So you reference him as your little, and then you say he's a DL. Okay, so now here's the thing: is he a DL? In the sense that all right, you'll put a diaper on him, but you don't treat him like a baby. He's just a guy wearing a diaper and his t-shirt, and that's how he feels comfortable. Are we talking about like that, or are we talking about you and him engage in some little play, and you've done that, but maybe it hasn't been to the extreme that maybe he wants to, and you sense it? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a couple questions that I need to have answered, I guess. But I think at the end of the day, if he's not comfortable telling you, hopefully maybe a little bit more time will you'll get it out of him. But, why don't you suggest some things and see what he says? Maybe you'll come up with it and it'll be one of his thing, and you just kind of hit the jackpot there. You guess well. I don't know. So let's see what else here. You end off your email. You want me to keep you anonymous. She wanted me to keep her anonymous. I'm not going to say her name. She doesn't even say her name here, so there's nothing to worry about. But she's saying that her and her current partner are very compatible, and they've been together for a year, and it's hard to find somebody that is compatible with. So she would hate to break up with him over something that really isn't huge of a deal. Wait a second, though. Let me ask you something, mystery girl. Have you thought about breaking up with him? Why would you say that if it wasn't a big deal? I think it is a big deal, and you're trying to downplay it. What's the big deal, though? That he's not fully telling you everything about his deepest, darkest secrets about this thing, or is there other things going on? Like, you're compatible. I've been there, though. I've been in your shoes where I've been compatible with somebody, and I've never been in your shoes. I take that back. The person I was compatible with didn't like diapers. At least this person does. But if you have thought about breaking up with him, then I think it's more of a big deal than you're letting on here. That's my opinion. Because you wouldn't think that then. If it wasn't a huge deal, then you wouldn't even think about breaking up with him or mention it. But you mentioned it here. I need to follow up questions. You got to answer if you listen to this, you got to send me an answer to some of these questions. Number one, is he a DL or is he a baby? Okay. If he's a DL, maybe his desires is that he wants to be treated like a baby. But then further down in this email, you say that he's your little. So I'm like, okay, is he an ABDL? Then maybe that theory goes out the window then, because he's already a little and you're doing little things with him. See, how far have you gotten with him on this? Do you feel like he wants more and he's just not telling you? Do you feel that when you do anything with him in this realm, whatever you guys, you didn't really go into what you did, but let's say you diaper the guy, does he not enjoy it? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here? I'm kind of curious of your play, but, sorry, I can't really be of help. I'm more of a little. And it seems like he's a DL, but if he's a little, it's just hard. Some people have an easier time of telling others how they truly feel. And so I think, just got to wait it out maybe a little bit. Don't argue with him about it. If he doesn't want to tell you, he'll tell you when he's ready. Maybe he's not ready yet. Or whatever. But anyway, so there you go. I hope that helped. I mean, I don't know how much help that was, to be honest with you. But that's my 2 cents right there. Okay, here's the last email, and I'll promise to let you go. It's already a big show here. How many minutes have we gotten here? I'm looking here. All right, we are at minute 32. Okay, hopefully this doesn't go too long. Fuck, that was a while. All right, here we go. Hey, Super B, I think I may have heard you on another Ageplay podcast a couple years ago or something, because I recognize your voice. Glad to see you branching out and creating your own podcast, and it is encouraging me to see more people openly and honestly discussing the community. I believe this person is talking about my episodes on the Dream a Little podcast, hosted by Lo, a.k.a. Daddy I Want This. And I was on episode 167 and 168, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a free podcast. I recommend you go listening to her show. It's really good. That was me. So go ahead, take it away. Anyway, so here we go, back to the email. I have been interested in ABDL, DDLG since before I realized there was a name for it. It's been really hard for me to balance this side of myself with my morals, ethics, and subconscious disgust about this part of me. No, man, you can't have it that way. You can't be thinking that way about this stuff. I am Christian, non-denominational, and I have prayed for so long for God to help me erase these desires. I have some manic tendencies and frequently swing between the dichotomy of ignoring and suppressing my little side and my sexual desire and libido as a result, and binging content in secret and exploring these desires when my spouse is out of the house. Wow. It doesn't help that I am married, a wonderful, amazing, and loving but very vanilla husband. I have tried to get him to explore light age play with me, but he just can't wrap his head around it. He is confused, understandably. How can I be so educated, so professional in my day-to-day life, but grapple with the desire to be treated like a child? I go from halfway accepting myself to hating myself several times per year. It is exhausting. I really want to find some balance, but I'm not sure if it exists. I am monogamous, so I won't be exploring other play partner, and I feel guilty for seeking out kink content, even as innocent as other little girl accounts, to have someone to talk to. But I feel like I'm emotionally cheating on him. I think you may be at least a little bit older than me, so hopefully you can share some wisdom on how to handle this. Well, first of all, I am very sorry that you're going through these issues with these desires. It's definitely not easy, but I really don't think you should be trying to pray it away. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. It's not going to go anywhere. I'm sorry to say. As pray as you might, those desires are in you. They're ingrained in your DNA. And you can't help what turns you on. I'm sorry. You cannot help it, right? Your sexual desires, your libido. Is this something you have to think about when you're doing the nasty with your husband? I could have phrased it better than that. I'm sorry, not the nasty. Are you making love to your husband and thinking about something ABDL related? It's happened to me plenty of times. I've done that, and I think a lot of people who are into this and that find this sexually arousing and their partner isn't into it, I think a lot of them are secretly thinking scenarios in their head of, whatever. And I've done that plenty of times. So it's desires that are a part of you. You didn't just go into a box of desires and say, I'm going to go with, oh boy, whips change. No, I've seen that before. What is this? ABDL? What is ABDL? Oh, ABDL. Oh, wow. This is, I'll give it a try. No, you didn't pick it. It is a part of you. It found you. It attached itself to you, and it's never going away. So praying for it to go away, I think you're going to be just wasting your time. And you know that. Deep down inside, you know that. You know that that's not the case. Okay? So now, I don't think you should also suppress it. Because the more you do that, in my opinion, the stronger those feelings are just going to come roaring back. And if you want to keep it a check, I say you explore it more often. Okay? Now, obviously, don't get carried away with it. You're not going to. Obviously, you probably don't have the means and anything really to, I don't know what you have. I'm curious to know what exactly you have that helps you get in a little space when nobody's around. But I think that if you try to suppress it, it's going to come back. And it says you do this. Let's see here. Frequently swing between them. Married, wonderful. Multiple times a year, I think you said somewhere here. That this comes and goes here. Now, that's the thing. It's just going to be a vicious cycle. It's going to go over and over again if you keep fighting it. Okay, it's not easy. It's for sure is one of the weird ones out there. It's not, you like feet or you like, forearms or big chests. You like age play and you want to be treated this way. And it is what it is, and I don't think you should be fighting it, but I think you should definitely be communicating with your spouse how you feel and what you need, and just tell him it's hard. First of all, you've kind of broken the ice with the age play, exploring light age play. I'm very curious what light age play was, and what that consists of, and how much you actually told him. And baby steps, obviously, because he can't wrap his head around it. Here's the thing. You say right next, after that, you say, how can I be so educated, so professional in my day-to-day life? Grapple with desire. That is something a lot of us go through. I do it myself. How can I be this guy? People who you'd never suspect to be into this. As full blast as I go into it. I go full blast. I go full blast when I'm little, okay? There's authenticity when I'm little. Do you see what I'm saying? And some people, even some people in our community would see that and be like, I don't know how the fuck you get that little. Now think about what a vanilla person would say. I'm in the same boat as you. But it's gonna be a struggle. Here's the deal. I've been with a vanilla partner for many many years. They thought it was a phase. They thought I was going to grow out of it when we were dating. I didn't. At the beginning, they would diaper me. Okay, she would diaper me, but that was it. There was no babying, and she did it because she knew it made me happy, but it didn't make her happy. She just did it for me, and she kind of tolerated it. And she thought I'd grow out of it, and I didn't. And she slowly, when she would diaper me, she would end up doing it like with a look on her face. And I was like, well, that's not what I want. Like, I don't want to be a burden for her. And so I stopped having her do that. Once I saw that face of hers, I'm like, fuck, what am I doing? What am I doing? She doesn't want to do this. But that hurt me, though. Here's the thing that hurt me. Now, hopefully, your husband has no more open mind. You have to be nonchalant about telling him. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't be ashamed of this. You said it yourself. You're an educated professional. So this thing doesn't overcome your mind and everything else about it, and then this is all you do. There's people that it happens to, male and female, that they just want to belittle, and that's all they do all day and night, and that's it, and that's it, and that's it, and they have piles of diapers. I'm sorry if you fall into that category. My bad, but you seem to be a professional that doesn't let that bother you. What bothers you is struggling with this thing, and it sucks. But I don't think you should hate yourself for it. You're not the only person who's into this. And we're from all walks of life, from all professions, from all skill levels, directors, doctors, police officers, lawyers, attorneys, baristas, people who work at Burger King and McDonald's. I mean, they're all over the place. And from people you would least expect it. So hopefully that helps. You're not alone, and I know exactly what you're going through. I've been there myself. I'm actually going through a separation right now, and it's not the best time, but it's for the better because, then I can find somebody who's into this and not have to worry about it. It's a big thing, though. Here's the thing, you're compatible with your husband, everything's hunky-dory, he's the best and everything like that, but then there's this one thing, the one desire that you want that he cannot fulfill because he doesn't want to. And it's a shame because this is a big part of your sexual desires. And imagine if you were aligned with your partner and your sexual desires. There you go. Then it's perfect. You're compatible outside, and then the kink too, forget about it. There's always going to be that thing, and it's going to be frustrating. I'm sorry to bring you down here, but I'm speaking from experience. There'll be a lot of daydreaming, and I've gotten to the point where I have gotten myself worked up because I'm like, damn it, I'm like very envious about other couples that actually share this dynamic and it works. They both are into it and they're both equally as in love with Ageplay as the other, and you kind of wish to yourself, you say, man, I wish I had that shit. And then I've been there. I'm like, if she just did this, then everything would be perfect. And sometimes as the years goes on, that what used to be turns into something big, and hopefully you can discuss it with him before it turns into something big. And I think if you keep trying to hold that shit back, it's just going to come out with a rage later. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want that either. Roller coaster of emotions it is. I know. Anyway, guys, that was I'll keep her anonymous as well. Actually, this person didn't give her a name anyway. But yeah, hopefully that helped out. I know the second person's problem is very similar to mine, so it's kind of hit closer to home. But I hope that she, you know, her and her partner, her husband, come to some sort of. The thing is, you got to be honest with the husband. I think it's you just got to be honest, but don't make it weird, and don't talk to the guy like you're ashamed of it. Be like, look, this is it. This is it. Why do I like it? I don't know. It happened. It happened when I was young, or whatever. Right? I'm not traumatized. It's just a fucking sexual fetish. It turns me on. All right? I'm sorry if you think it's weird, but I'm not a fucking pedophile. I am a professional. You look this shit up, and there are other people out there who have from all. You can just tell them the same thing I said. I've met doctors and blah, da, 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 da. Everybody's into this shit. More people than he thinks. That's the thing. His best friend could be the biggest baby out there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. We have to live with that frustration. We have to hide it. You'd be like, listen, I want you to know about it. I don't want to have to hide it from you, but I need you to know that every so often I'm going to need to have some space to myself so that I can enjoy myself. But I promise you that it'll be by myself. I won't cheat on you. I don't want to cheat on you. I don't want to meet other ABDLs, but I maybe want to be able to speak with another female in this thing so that I have somebody to talk to that I have something in common with. Straight up, you got to tell them like that. Like your business professional self. Right? Be like, I love you. You need to know this about me. I'm your wife. I am not a fucking weirdo. I think this is just my sexual fetish. You might have something that you didn't tell me. Maybe he is not vanilla. Maybe he secretly has something. You never know. You never know. But like the previous person's email, maybe they just want to tell you because it's not manly enough, and that's his image. You know what I'm saying? But I think you got to come clean. You already have the ice broken with a little light Ageplay. I'm very curious what you guys did. But maybe you should just come out and be frank about it. Be like, listen, no, listen, I love you, and you need to know this about me, and you need to know that I'm not a fucking weirdo. Obviously, you can tell, but my life would be a little better if you let me do this. And if you want to join in the fun, even better. But I'm not going to pressure you to do it because I know it's not your thing. But if I don't do this, I'm going to fucking explode. And you don't want me exploding, do you? Just tell them like it is. All right, I'm sorry. All right, this podcast is gone long enough. So thank you again for joining me. I hope you had a very nice week, and hopefully next week it's just as good. Okay, and keep your eyes peeled, ears to the ground with this Capcom thing. I think you should all go and meet